Hello friends and welcome to music. Today we are going to be taking a look at woodwinds and percussion. These are instruments. Let's go ahead and listen to woodwind animals while I take attendance.
The flute sounds like the clarinet sounds like the bassoon sounds like these are some woodwind animals. The flute sounds like the clarinet sounds like the bassoon sounds like these are some woodwind animals. These are some woodwind animals.
All right. The purpose of today's lesson is to strengthen your listening skills. And we're going to be listening to woodwind and percussion instruments. The objectives today are to recognize the difference between the instruments just by listening, and also to be able to listen to one woodwind instrument and one percussion instrument. The keywords today are woodwinds and percussion, which we will learn all about. In our last lesson, we learned to tell the difference between male and female voices for both adults and for children. So now that we're used to listening for adult and child's voices, we can now try to listen to woodwind and percussion instruments. What do you hear? I am going to play this sound, and then we're going to stop and talk about what kind of sound we hear. Let's listen. Let's listen again. What instrument makes this sound? Let's pause and talk. This instrument is in fact a gong. Let's listen one more time. The gong is a percussion instrument, and it is hit with a mallet to make that noise. Great work, everyone. There are 3 ways to play percussion instruments. The instrument that we heard in the previous screen was the gong, and it's one of many instruments of the percussion family. The gong is a percussion instrument that is hit. The güiro is a percussion instrument that is scraped, and the shaker is a percussion instrument that is shaken. Those are the 3 ways that we can play percussion instruments: shaking them, hitting them, or scraping them. Let's listen. Here we have our gong. Here we have our shaker. And here we have our güiro. Let's put some motions to this. When we hear the gong, we're going to do a hit motion. When we hear the shaker, we're going to do a shaking motion. And when we hear the güiro, we're going to do a scraping motion. Let's go ahead and try. All right, next we are going to be listening to and singing along with the gong song. We're going to be seeing a couple of different instruments in this song. The gong, the egg shaker, the güiro, and the xylophone. As we know, the gong is hit, the egg shaker is shaken, and the güiro is scraped. We can do our motions while we listen to the gong song. We're going to pretend we're playing these instruments. I will pause the track after each instrument comes up so we make sure we know which sound goes with which instrument. And finally, the xylophone is an instrument that is also hit. So when we hear the xylophone, we are going to do our hitting motion as well. Let's give it a try.
It's the gong show, it's the gong show. Everybody listen to me play. It's the gong show, it's the gong show. Everybody listen to me play. Yeah.
So there was our gong sound. Here comes the next one.
It's the egg shaker song, it's the egg shaker song. Everybody listen to me play. It's the egg shaker song, it's the egg shaker song. Everybody listen to me play. Oh!
That was our egg shaker song. Now, let's listen to the xylophone. Remember, you hit the xylophone just like you hit the gong.
It's the xylophone song, it's the xylophone song. Everybody listen to me play. It's the xylophone song, it's the xylophone song. Everybody listen to me play. Here we go. It's the
That was our xylophone song. Now, let's hear the güiro.
güiro song, it's the güiro song. Everybody listen to me play. It's the güiro song, it's the güiro song. Everybody listen to me play. Cha-cha-cha.
Next, we have a short video introducing percussion. Let's listen.
They're usually right back here, spread along the back of the orchestra because they're so loud. And they usually include these kind of kettle-shaped drums called timbali. Timpani. Let's hear them. Now, not only are there timpani drums, but there's loads of other different percussion as well. Let's take a look. Now, some of these percussion instruments in the orchestra are similar to what we saw on the football field, but they're used in a different way. Colton, Lara, hit it. Wow, that was great. Now, this is something that you generally just find in an orchestra. What is it?
The gong.
A gong. Right. Lara, hit it. So, percussion instruments add drama and delicacy to music in the orchestra. Now, the things we've heard add drama, but this adds kind of delicacy and humour. Play it for us. Now, you can't play it with your fingers. You have to use those mallets, and you have to space them out to play the notes you want. Look at that. That's what you call skill. Lara, thanks.
We are going to be focusing on the sounds of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 instruments. So I'm going to play the sound for each of these instruments, and then we're going to say the name of the instrument together. Here's our first sound. Beautiful. This instrument is called the piccolo. Can everyone say piccolo? Let's try one more time. Piccolo. Great. Let's move on to our second instrument. Let's listen to how it sounds. Another beautiful instrument. This one is called the flute. Can you try to say flute? Let's try again. Flute. Here's our next instrument. Let's listen. This instrument is called the oboe. Can you say oboe? Let's try again. Oboe. Three more instruments to go. Let's listen to this one. This instrument is called the clarinet. Everyone, say clarinet. One more time, clarinet. Here's our next instrument. This instrument is called the bassoon. Can everyone say bassoon? Bassoon. Great work. Our last instrument, let's listen. This is the bass clarinet. Say bass clarinet. Bass clarinet. Beautiful. Now, a couple of these instruments can make sounds that sound like animals. Let's go back to the flute. I'm going to play the flute sound, and then let's talk about what animals could make this sound. Let's talk about what kind of animals you think make the flute sound. The next instrument we're going to look at is the clarinet. Let's think about what kind of animals could make a sound like the clarinet. All right, what animal can you envision or imagine making a sound like the clarinet? Finally, we have the bassoon. Let's listen to the bassoon and think about what kind of animal could sound like a bassoon. Let's talk about what kind of animal you imagine that could sound like the bassoon. Now that we've talked about our animals that sound like a flute, a clarinet, and a bassoon, we can go ahead and sing this song. Whenever we hear the flute sounds like a blank, we can fill in our animal. The clarinet sounds like a blank, fill in the clarinet's animal. And the bassoon sounds like a blank, fill in the bassoon's animal. Let's give it a try.
The flute sounds like the clarinet sounds like the bassoon sounds like these are some woodwind animals. The flute sounds like the clarinet sounds like
So what did we learn today? In today's lesson, we learned to see the difference between woodwinds and percussions. And we also were able to identify the sounds of a couple of different woodwind instruments and the gong, guira, and egg shaker. Great work today, everyone.